Hi, my name is Jael, and I'm coming today to explain to you all that happened when I had victory over Sisera. You know, I remember like it was yesterday. Prophetess Deborah, that great judge, had told Barak and a few others that all of the turmoil, all of the things that we suffered with Jabin being king, we wouldn't have to do it for long because God was about to give victory through that day, that great day when I was able to take down Sisera. I remember thinking in my tent that day, Lord, what can I do today? I just feel this sense of victory, and I'm hoping that it's something I can do because for 20 years, Jabin and Sisera has just brought so much anguish to the children of Israel. And although we have been quite evil, the torment that we've experienced is just unbearable. And I remember that day that Sisera announced that he had 900 irons of chariots and all of these men that were willing to take the Israelites down. I had to do something. My husband was out, and I remember my husband and his family had clout. They knew King Jabin and his family, so there was a little favor in it. So that day, I remember, heard all this commotion outside, and I'd heard from some others that we were winning. Barak was winning, and the warriors, our warriors, had taken Sisera's men, and then now Sisera was alone, and he was scared, and he was trembling, and was in fear and in torment because he was losing. And I remember that day after standing in my tent and asking God, what can I do? What can I do? I just heard this assurance within myself that today is your day. Today, you will defeat this enemy. So as my husband was out, I heard walking and talking. And I thought it was two people conversing together, but it was just Sisera. I peeked out of my tent, and he was hysterical, looking disheveled in his appearance, and hair all over the place, and his breastplate was off. Uh, he looked like he was about to lose his mind. And so I calmly went out to him. Sir, can I help you? Is everything okay? And from a distance, he looks at me, trying to figure, could he trust me? So I went and I grabbed this old blanket or rug my grandmother gave me, and I rushed out, and I put it around him, and I brought him in, and I said, don't be afraid, come on. Come on, my husband and I, we're good friends with King Jabin. We know them well. So come on in. You can trust me. Come on in. He comes in, and on the inside, I'm furious. This disgusting man who has tormented my people, who has tormented those around me, was in my presence. he shivered because he was cold, and his face sweating, and he just disgusted me, and I just wanted him to die right then. But I had to conjure up a plan within myself, and I knew that I needed help. So on the inside, I silently prayed, Lord, what do I do? And so in that moment, Sisera says, I'm thirsty. So I go and I grab my leather bag, and I grab my, not water, but goat's milk, rich, pure, good milk. And I allow him to drink from my bag. And as he drank, his eyes closed as his thirst was being quenched. And I had an idea. This man was exhausted. He was tired. He had been running because all of his men had just died in war. And now he was famished. He was exhausted. And this was my moment. Oh, yeah, this was the moment when that man began to get drowsy. I walked over to him, and I just gently rubbed his shoulders, told him, go ahead, Sisera, relax. You're fine. My husband and I, we know the king. Lay down. You've been running all day. He looked up at me and he said, go stand near the door. And if anyone comes and asks if Sisera's here, you let them know, no, he's not here. I got you. Okay. I understand. You look so tired. You're exhausted. Let go. Lay down. Yeah. Lay right here at my feet. I'm guarding this door. Get warm. Get some sleep. You need it. He laid there, and I began to watch his chest slowly rise up and down, and a deep snore from within arose. I mean, this man snored to the high heels. I mean, I was just baffled that he felt so comforted in that moment. He snored, and he went into that deep realm of sleep. And in that moment, it was like God had put the idea in my mind. What do I use to hold down this great tent that my husband and I lay in, that we live in and invite others over in, this place of temporary comfort? Where do and what do I hold it down with? We have quite a few pegs over there. I go and I grab a tent peg, and my husband's hammer's in his tool bag, and I grab the peg and I get down on my knees where Sisera is in a deep comatose type sleep, and trembling, I take the peg to his temple and charge. I plunge that peg into this man's temple, and I do it quick, and I do it hard, and I do it with all my might and all my strength. And my eyes are closed because I can't look, but this loud screech comes from his mouth, and it scares me. And then when I open my eyes, I see blood on my robe, and I sit down, and I'm in shock. I just killed this man with my own two hands. And, and, a sudden victory rose within me, a smile upon my face. And although I was frozen with a bit of fear, this man was dead before me. Well, moments later, I could hear footsteps out of my tent, and I realized that it was Barack, and he had heard the commotion, and he came in, and I said, I really met him halfway because I was so excited and shocked at the same time, and I said, Barack, come in, come, look, look, Sisera, I just killed him. And Barack gave me this look, and it he was amazed, puzzled, and a gentle smile crossed his face, and he touched my shoulder, and he said, "Thank you." And it was in that moment he walked out of that tent courageous. And after that, my people, the children of Israel, we had defeated King Javan not too long after that. This allowed me to see that women, including prophetess Deborah, that great judge, we were able to win victory for our people, for our nation. My name is Jael, and I am a woman of victory. God bless you.